Hey, what's up y'all, this is Charlie. On today's episode I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious homemade meat lovers pizza from scratch. Now this pizza has 5 different types of meat in it. It has pepperoni, it has ham slices, Italian sausage, ground beef, and bacon. It also has 2 different types of cheese in it. All of that on top of a soft, buttery, garlic parmesan crust that you're going to love. This pizza you can get about 10 servings. It's absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all what you'll need to make your homemade meat lovers pizza. Let's get started with our ingredients. You'll need some bread flour, and this next ingredient is optional: yellow cornmeal, instant yeast, sugar, olive oil, salted butter, tomato paste. And for our seasonings and spices, you'll need some salt, dried basil, dried oregano, dried thyme, dried parsley, granulated onion, and granulated garlic. Now for our toppings, you'll need 1 medium-sized yellow onion, garlic. You will need 2.2 ounces in weight of pepperoni slices, 3.6 ounces in weight of thinly sliced ham, a half a pound of Italian sausage, a half a pound of ground beef chuck, a half a pound of thick cut bacon, and for our cheeses, you'll need some shredded Parmesan cheese and 2 8-ounce packages of mozzarella cheese. And for your tools to shred your cheeses, you're going to need a manual cheese shredder. Now if you don't want to use this, you can use a food processor with the cheese shredder attachment. You will also need a small food processor, a rolling pin, a pastry brush, and to bake your pizza, you will need a 16-inch in diameter pizza pan. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started by chopping half of a yellow onion. Here I have 2 cloves of garlic. I've cut them in half. Take a garlic press and press the garlic. And there we go. Here I have 3.6 ounces in weight of thinly sliced ham. I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut the ham slices into medium-sized pieces. And there we go. Here I have 8 ounces in weight of thick cut bacon. I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut the bacon strips in half. Alright, let's get started with shredding our mozzarella cheese. So in this large food processor fitted with the shredder attachment, we're going to shred 2 8-ounce packages. That's 2 pounds of mozzarella cheese. We've cut the blocks in half. We're just going to shred each one by half a block and go from there. Alright, that looks good. Alright, let's get started making our marinara sauce. So in this medium-sized glass bowl, add 6 ounces of tomato paste, 3/4 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil, 1/8 of a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated onion, 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and to cut the acid of the tomato, add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Take a whisk and stir all the ingredients together really well until combined. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Add your marinara sauce into this small pot. Give this a quick stir. I'm going to cover the pot with a lid. Let this simmer for 3 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 3 minutes now. Give this a quick stir. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Add a half a tablespoon of salted butter right on in there. And cover the pot once again. After the butter has melted, remove the lid off of the pot and give this a quick stir. And after that, our pizza marinara sauce is now done. And from there, you're going to let this cool completely. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our ground beef and Italian sausage. So in this large saucepan, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. Here I have a half a pound of ground beef chuck and a half a pound of the Italian sausage. We're going to add that into the saucepan. Stir all your ingredients together. Now while I'm at it, I'm just going to add about a light sprinkle of salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, right on in there. Give this a quick stir. Let this saute for 6 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 6 minutes now, and our ground beef and Italian sausage should be thoroughly cooked. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Here I have a mesh strainer with a shallow bowl underneath it. Pour your cooked ground beef and Italian sausage mixture into the mesh strainer. Let this cool for about 10 minutes. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our bacon. So in this large saucepan, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. Add your bacon strips into the saucepan. We're going to let that sit for about 1 minute. From there, stir all your ingredients together. Let this saute for 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 8 minutes now. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Take some tongs and remove the bacon strips from the saucepan and transfer them onto a serving dish lined with napkins. Let this cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. After about 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to take the cooled bacon strips and you're going to break the bacon into small bite-sized pieces using your hands. And there we go. Alright, let's get started with making our pizza dough. So in our stand mixer bowl, add 3 1/4 cups of bread flour, 2 teaspoons of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Stir all your ingredients together. Okay, I've transferred my mixing bowl onto the base of my stand mixer and I fitted it with the dough hook attachment. Add 1 1/3 cups of warm water. The temperature of the water should be about 115 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 tablespoons of melted salted butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix this on a medium-low speed or according to your stand mixer's instructions on mixing doughs for about 4 to 5 minutes. Alright, and as you can see, the dough slightly sticks to my hand, or it doesn't stick to my hand at all. That means the dough is ready. Lightly flour the surface of your table. Add the dough on top of the table and knead the dough for about 1 to 2 minutes. Form the dough into a ball. Let the dough rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, here we have our 16-inch in diameter pizza pan. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil into the pizza pan. Take your hand and spread the olive oil all around the pizza pan. Lightly sprinkle some yellow cornmeal onto the pizza pan. And from there, our pizza pan is ready. Alright, our dough has rested. Take your hands and press the dough down, forming a flat circle. This is going to release the gases caused by the yeast. Next, you're going to take your rolling pin and roll the dough out into a 19 to 20 inch wide circle. Make sure you roll out the dough thin. Take your hands and gently lift up the pizza dough from the top of the table. And from there, transfer the pizza dough onto the pizza pan. Make sure you lift up the ends of the pizza dough so that way the air can escape from underneath the dough. Take some kitchen scissors and trim off the excess dough from the pizza pan. You want to make sure that you leave about 1 to 1 1/2 inches of dough hanging from the edge of the pizza pan. To form the pizza crust, take the hanging dough from the edge of the pizza pan and roll it toward the edge of the pizza pan. Make sure you go all around with this. Take your fingers and make some indentation marks onto the pizza dough, going 1 inch from the pizza crust. And from there, our pizza crust has been formed. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375 degrees. Alright, let's get started with assembling our pizza. We're going to first start off by adding some marinara sauce on top of the pizza dough. Spread the marinara sauce around the pizza dough as evenly as possible without getting the marinara sauce onto the crust portion of the dough. Lightly sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese on top of the marinara sauce. Next, you're going to add a small amount of chopped yellow onion on top of the marinara sauce. Generously sprinkle some shredded mozzarella cheese on top of the marinara sauce. Make sure you save a very small amount of the shredded mozzarella cheese, as we're going to add that on top later. Next, you're going to add your ground beef and Italian sausage mixture on top of the shredded mozzarella cheese. Add as much as you like. Followed by your bacon pieces, your sliced ham pieces, followed by your pepperoni, now remember that small amount of shredded mozzarella cheese that I told you to reserve. Sprinkle the rest of that on top. And from there, our pizza has been assembled. Let this sit for about 5 minutes, and after that, the pizza is ready to be baked. Place this into a preheated 450-degree oven on the middle rack. Bake this for 13 to 15 minutes. While that's in the oven, let's make the garlic butter mixture. So in a small food processor, add 4 tablespoons of melted salted butter right on in there, followed by your 2 cloves of pressed garlic. Blend this for 30 seconds. And from there, our garlic butter sauce is ready. Alright, it's been about 13 to 15 minutes now, and our pizza is done. Let's go ahead and remove this out of the oven. Here I have our garlic butter mixture with a pastry brush. Generously brush the garlic butter mixture onto the pizza crust. Go all around the pizza crust with this. Lightly sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese onto the pizza crust. Let this cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, and after that, the pizza is ready to be served. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Homemade meat lovers pizza, made from scratch by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Look at that. Y'all, the flavors of all the meats, the cheeses, and that garlic Parmesan crust right here, y'all. This is so good. Really soft. Absolutely delicious. I'm telling y'all, try the recipe. It's on point. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.